And here's Marner into the middle, down low, Tavares on the right, score! Nylander with the finish, and the Leafs are
Hello everyone and welcome back to Jab NHL Vlogs, and in today's video is the post-game reaction video from the Leafs game I went to back on February 15, 2023 against the Chicago Blackhawks. But before we get to this one, I want you guys to please like, subscribe, channel if you're new, hit notifications, leave your comments down below if you guys have any thoughts on this game I went to. If you guys are at this game, any thoughts or feelings you guys have in general on this post-game reaction video, feel free to the comment section below. I'd like to hear from you guys down there. Alright guys, let's just jump right to it. So first of all, I'm going to be talking about my overall thoughts and feelings on this game, so let's just get into it. So overall, the game was really good. Original 6 matchup on a Wednesday night, Leafs versus the Blackhawks, and I was really happy, really excited about going into this game, I was really pumped about going into this game, and yeah, it was pretty good, it was pretty great, and I had a great time, going back to, the normal royal blue jerseys, the one I'm wearing right now. Obviously, they wore these ones for this game, it's good to go back to normal, got to see a couple next-gen games. Those were pretty cool as well. I also got to see the reverse retro for the San Jose game. I haven't seen them wear these jerseys since November 8th against the Golden Knights. Obviously, the 4-3 overtime loss there. But, it's good to see them back in these jerseys again. It was a really good feeling. And, yeah, it was great with them back in these normal jerseys. And, yeah, it was great. It was a great night to go to a game. And, yeah, I had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was cool to see all the normal graphics again. And also, it was great. Also the intro, I noticed some with the light show intro. I noticed that one of the videos were new. I think they had like a new video on there that I didn't see last time I went. And they also had like the, like the center ice, like the circle, like the, circle of the center ice. They had like Leafs logos all around. Noticed that they had a little bit of new stuff there as well. That was pretty cool that they updated it. It was probably after the All-Star break they did that. So yeah, that was a nice touch of them, changing the intro, making it a little bit, new for the unofficial second half of the season, even though it's already well into the second half now of the season. But yeah, it was great, and yeah, it looked great. It looked amazing, and yeah, it was really fun. I had a great time, and yeah, normal gold graphics as well back, normal blue ones. And also, another thing with our seats, there was in 321 row 8. Not too bad, it was dead center ice, 300 level greens. Not too bad. It was a little bit higher from where I was sitting the previous games in that section. I sat in row 4 for Vegas and San Jose game, and then the Philadelphia game went to row 6. And then went 2 more rows up to row 8 for this one, even though I was in 308 last time. And that was still by far one of the best sections for sound and just everything. It looked great. The sound was amazing at 308. I'm hoping one day I can get back to those seats, especially with the current goal sound we have. And again, I know that some people don't like it, that we should change it. But you know what? As long as, it's not too bad. Like, I think it sounds good, personally. A lot of people probably disagree with me on that. But, personally, especially if you're there live in 308, it sounds amazing. I'm telling you. It sounds amazing. I don't know what makes it sound so good. It might be like the speakers. I don't know. It might be something to do with the speakers over there that's different. But you know what? Even though we were in 321 again, it did not, it actually sounded pretty quiet in the lower rows. But actually, if you go slightly higher in 321, like where we were, it's actually a little bit louder. That's interesting. I don't know why it's like that. I guess because, I don't know, some with the speakers again, like I said. But yeah. I don't know, it actually didn't sound too bad, especially, that beginning part with the piano. I like that part. That's another part I like about the goal song at the very beginning of it. It actually sounded pretty good up there, considering where it was in 321, and it's not really the loudest section for sound, but it's actually not too bad. If you're up there in row 8, it was actually pretty good. It was actually just perfect. It was not too bad. It was not too loud, not too quiet. It was actually just perfect up there. It was actually pretty good. Yeah, I definitely recommend that spot. It's not too bad. As long as you don't go too high in 321, you're pretty good. I think you're going to be pretty good up there. And yeah, a pretty good section. And yeah, it was a great view of the ice. Got to see everything. It was awesome. And it was a great fan atmosphere as well. And also noticed that it was a little bit quiet for some of the goal songs. I think it actually was a little bit quiet. Seen some people saying that it was actually a little bit quieter as usual. I don't know. But, it wasn't too bad. Fans were definitely cheering for some of the goals we scored. And yeah, overall, the fans that do cheer are pretty good, and it's also pretty even for fans, I think, as well. I saw some red Blackhawks jerseys in the crowd as well. You could easily tell because of red and all that. yeah, you know, Blackhawk fans can travel pretty well as well. There's some probably living in Toronto as well, including my grandfather, of course, just outside the city, right? But yeah, you know, Chicago fans, there was quite a bit of them there as well. And yeah, you know, Chicago's not a great team, but the original six team, they have a lot of great fans, great following. So understandably, there's going to be some there, even if they're not the greatest of teams. But pretty even around, pretty even with fans. You know, saw some blue and white, saw some red in the crowd. It was pretty even overall. And yeah, you know, fans overall was pretty good, and it was a really good game. Had a lot of fun. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get into the post-game recap right now, so let's get to it. So, starting with the final score of this game, the Leafs would end up taking the win in this one. They would beat the Chicago Blackhawks, and the final score would be the Toronto Maple Leafs 5 and the Chicago Blackhawks 2. So, a 5-2 from the Leafs, and it was a really, really good game. Had a lot of fun. It was a big redemption game from the last game I went to versus the Ottawa Senators, obviously losing 6-2. Not a great game, getting dominated, but it was great. You know, it was great that, you know, that we won. And yeah, and also Samsonov got the start again. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Samsonov in like the last 4 games I went to. So, but you know, it's good. He's been okay. Like, you know, the Sens game was really bad. Okay, Sens game, we can admit it. He was not ready for that one. But you know what? The other 3 games, he actually hasn't played terrible. He actually played pretty good in the other 3 games, including this one. You know, only gave him up 2 goals. He was pretty good, and I was pretty impressed with his performance against the Blackhawks in this one as well. So, I got to give a nice hand to Samsonov. He did pretty good. But anyways, guys, let's get into the post-game recap right now. So we're going to start with the first period of play, of course. And yeah, so let's start with the first period of play. And the Leafs would get things started just 9 seconds into the game, and I am not joking. They started scoring just 9 seconds in. William Nylander. We get the very first goal of this game. You get the first goal just 9 seconds in, one of the fastest goals that the Leafs have ever scored in Leafs franchise history. He would give the Leafs a 1-0 lead, which also means I get free pizza, finally, free pizza. Thank goodness. It's been 5 games, even though one of them was preseason, didn't really count, but all the regular season games I went to, they didn't get it. They either scored first, and then just that one San Jose game, they scored first, but in the second period. But they scored first in the first period. Nylander did it. He gave us a 1-0 lead, gave everybody in the building free pizza that night, and that was really awesome for Nylander. So, good for Nylander, 30th on the year for Nylander in that game. He did really well. That game as well, he got a couple assists, I believe, as well. But yeah, he did really well. I'm really starting to like Nylander now. He's really showing what he has. He should have went to the All-Star game. He's a little bit underrated, and yeah, he's great. He has a lot of talent, and yeah, honestly, I think he should have went to the All-Star game. But of course, Matthews got injured. He was supposed to be there, but he got injured, of course, right? But I guess it's good to give him a little bit extra rest. And also, Austin Matthews came back that game. Speaking of which, yeah, he came back that night as well. So that was pretty nice to see him back. I was wearing his jersey as well. I'm wearing it right now. But yeah, good to see him back as well. And yeah, it was great. Nylander getting things started. Place was going crazy for that one. Yeah, fans were actually pretty loud for that one, including me. I was just like, wow. 9 seconds. I never thought I would see that, guys. That'd probably be the quickest hockey goal for any league that I've ever seen live. So that was pretty awesome. That was probably the quickest goal I've ever seen to start a game. I'll probably say that for a pretty long time. And yeah, I don't think the Leafs have scored really much fast. I think Mitch Marner might have did one maybe 7 seconds in. I think it was, yes, in 2019, something like that. I think he actually did it 7 seconds in. That was a little bit faster. But it's hard to do that. Not easy to do. And Nylander's definitely a really good player. He's pretty elite. So he's definitely one of the players that could do it. But anyways, guys, 1-0 Leafs. Really awesome. But anyways, guys, okay, so let's continue on. So, after that, just a minute later, the Chicago Blackhawks would end up tying this game at 1. Sam Lafferty would score his 9th on the season, and that would tie things up with 1. And yeah, my grandfather was pretty happy about that one. And also, another fun fact, guys, with Nylander and Lafferty, those 2 goals, only just a minute and 2 seconds. Pretty quick, and yeah, we got pretty lucky. We were lucky that they did not score first. They could have definitely scored first in that game in Chicago, but we were lucky that we scored 9 seconds in with Nylander. And also, another thing I want to mention is that we were actually playing against our old goalie, Peter Mrazek, as well. He played with the Leafs last year in 21-22. It was really good to get revenge on him. I mean, we traded him in the offseason for Fraser Minten. It was the 30th overall pick that we traded him for. We got Fraser Minten that we picked in the draft, and yeah, I mean, he hasn't played in any pro leagues yet, but I think he's gonna be pretty good. I think I have some hopes for him, and yeah, let's just hope he's better than Mrazek. Obviously, he's not a goalie, but still, I think it was good to get rid of Mrazek, and he did pretty bad in that game as well. Let's just put it that way. But anyways, guys, back to the scoring. So yeah, Lafferty and Nylander, those were my 2 picks for Tim Hortons, actually, that I got. I literally just got 2 picks in a minute and 2 seconds. It was crazy. I was like, wow, what a start to a game. And that was a pretty wild start to this game, and that's for sure. Definitely can say that. So yeah, 1-1 game, and I got 2 picks already from my Tim Hortons, so that was really awesome. Then, we were still in the first period. We're not done yet in the first period. So yeah, next goal would be from the Leafs again. It would be Rasmus Sandin with his 4th on the season. He doesn't score very much, so that was really nice to see him score. And giving the Leafs a 2-1 lead, really good for Sandin. And yeah, he probably felt pretty good about that one. He doesn't score very often. He's a defenseman, obviously. But yeah, he did pretty good in this game as well. I believe he also picked up a couple assists as well. He actually did really well as well. Nylander and Sandin did really well in this game. So yeah, he would give the Leafs a 2-1 lead. And then literally not too long after that, I think it was like just maybe a few seconds after that, the Leafs would strike again. Alex Kerfoot would give the Leafs a 3-1 lead, and that was really good for him as well. But we were not done celebrating yet. So yeah, we were celebrating all that, goal sign play and everything. But then just after the goal sign ended, the refs said that Chicago was coaches. They were challenging the play for offside. And then the refs looked at it, they put on the headset. They looked at it. It didn't take too long. Then afterward, they said upon video review, the play was determined to be offside, no goal, and the goal did not count, and it remained a 2-1 game. And yeah, then after they showed like a picture of it, and they were right. The player was over the line. Yeah, Leafs player was over the line before the puck. And yeah, if you guys don't know what offside is, I had to teach myself a little bit about this too. But basically, what offside is basically the puck has to cross the line first in order to be onside before the player. So you basically have to make sure the puck is over the blue line before you can attack offensively. And yeah, that's why it was offside, because yeah, you have to make sure that there's no players over the line before the puck. I don't know if that applies to the defensive team, but at least for the offensive team, you have to make sure that the puck crosses the blue line first before you can make an attack. So they're right. The puck was not over the line, and yeah, it made a 2-1 game. That was a little bit disappointing. I think Mitch Marner had a nice move as well to set up Kerfoot, but it is what it is. Some things are not going to go your way sometimes, and that's just how it goes in sports. So it remains 2-1 game, and then I believe 3 minutes after that, the Leafs would get another goal. Austin Matthews, his first game back, would give the Leafs a 3-1 lead. It would be his 26th on the season, and now officially it would be 3-1. That one would count. And a 3-1 game for the Leafs, and that would be the score after the first period of play. 3-1 game, technically 3.5-1. Yeah, also really good for Matthews on the goal there. And yeah, great period. It was pretty wild. Goal called back. Like 2 goals in a minute and 2 seconds. It was a crazy period. Probably one of the craziest periods I've seen all year so far. And I thought that period was not even going to end. But yeah, it was a really exciting period. A lot of things happened. And that would do it. So 3-1 Leafs after the first. So let's move on to the second period of play. And the Blackhawks would begin the scoring in this period. I believe it was actually not even a minute in as well. Philip Kurashev would get the Blackhawks back in the game within 1. And you make it a 3-2 game. That would be his 8th on the year. 8th on the season for Kurashev. And yeah, that would put the Blackhawks back in this game down by 1, 3-2 game. And then a little bit after that, Leafs would strike again. John Tavares, the captain for the Leafs, obviously, he would strike. He would get a goal, and he would give the Leafs a 4-2 lead. His 24th goal on the season. Yeah, 4-2 game for the Leafs. That was actually the first goal I've seen him score all season as well, so that felt pretty good to see him score. He just played like 1,000 games not that long ago as well. He's a really good player. Islanders and Leafs, obviously, we don't like the Islanders now. Of course, they always hate Tavares when he goes back to Long Island, and I don't like that at all. I think Islanders fans just need to move on. He made a decision. He wanted to come play for the Leafs, his hometown team. Just gotta accept it, Islanders fans. Come on, that's enough, man. I get it. Okay, you're mad that you lost your player, but okay, it's already happened a few years ago now. We can move on now, right? Yeah, we can move on. Okay, you guys can move on. But anyways, don't want to really talk too much crap about them. But yeah, so that was really good for Tavares. First goal I see him score all year. 4-2 Toronto. And then at least would add another one. Connor Timmins, his second NHL goal, his first at the Scotiabank Arena as well on home ice. And yeah, he would give the Leafs a 5-2 lead. Pretty young player, rookie. And yeah, that was pretty surprising to see him score. I'm like, wow, what a surprise. Connor Timmins. That was pretty nice. And yeah, that was really good. Nice to see him score as well, because he's another guy that doesn't score very often. He scored his first NHL goal in Philadelphia. We got him in a trade earlier in the year for Curtis Douglas. It was a 1-for-1. Not too bad. I think the Leafs made a pretty good move, picking up a defenseman. We kind of need some D-men right now. We probably need another big defenseman. Hopefully, maybe we can see if we can get one before the deadline, because the trade deadline's on March 3rd, obviously. So hopefully they can maybe make another move before the deadline. And yeah, so anyways, Timmins might even get re-signed as well. I heard he could get re-signed, so that'd be really good if he can re-sign. But yeah, he's been pretty good so far. He hasn't been too bad. Yeah, that would be his second NHL goal. 5-2 Toronto. And then in the third period, there would be no goals to report in the third period. Yeah, actually, 5-2 after 2. Yeah, 5-2 would be scored after the second period. Forgot to say that. And yeah, third period, no goals to report. So yeah, no goals in the third period. And that'd be all she wrote. 5-2 final for the Leafs. Really good game. Definitely the best game I went to all year. Yeah, for the regular season anyways. It was almost like the preseason game, but just a little bit better. So it was a great game. Leafs scored a lot of goals, and I needed to get. That was exactly what I wanted from the Leafs. To get pizza and to play really well like that, and they did exactly that. So this was definitely a successful game. Definitely was worth the trip going down to Scotiabank Arena, and I was really happy. I was like, thank goodness they won, because we needed it. Tampa was coming up in the standings as well with the Leafs. Yeah, we're really competing with Tampa right now in the Atlantic. So we needed that W. We got it when we needed it the most. So there you go. They definitely came to play that game. So yeah, Leafs played really well. And I had a great time going to that game as well. It was really fun. Two of my favorite teams. It was amazing. Samsonov did well. Everybody, pretty much everybody did well. Nylander, Sandin, they played pretty well. I feel kind of bad for Kerfoot though still, because, the offside goal, obviously I feel bad for him. Had a goal taken away, but it is what it is. Again, sometimes it just doesn't go your way sometimes. But, overall, not too bad. Pretty good game. And, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really fun. And, also another thing I want to mention is our acquisition of Ryan O'Reilly and Noel Acciari. This is the first time saying it on the channel. And, yeah, that's really good. It's really good for the team. I was shocked, found out about it Friday night before the Saturday game against the Habs. Even O'Reilly got his first assist. Yeah, he got his first point as a Leaf against the Habs as well, saying a bunting. That was a pretty good game for him, first game, and then also last game before. Yeah, I'm actually recording this on the night of the Sabres game. And yeah, we won 6-3 tonight. Yeah, Noel Acciari got his first goal last game against the Blackhawks. Yeah, in Chicago though. Obviously not in this game, because we didn't even make the trade yet. And yeah, then tonight, O'Reilly got a hat trick. First 3 goals of the Leaf against his former team, the Buffalo Sabres. So that was really good for O'Reilly. And yeah, really happy for him. And that's a good move by the Leafs. We need some help in the postseason. I think that's going to really help us. Hopefully we can finally get by the first round. I don't know if we are going to do it. But if we do it, finally, it would be a miracle. I'm telling you. It would be a miracle. I'm not going to get too confident, because we already know what happens. Leafs, come in the playoffs, and they always pull garbage and lose in 7. But the hope is that this year will be different. If not, then I guess we're going to be, I guess it's over, like people are saying. So this is basically like our last chance right here. So we need to do this. I don't know, man. I'm a little bit worried, but let's just hope that, let's just hope that maybe this year will be different, right? I mean, it's always next year, but let's just hope, this year things will go well in the playoffs, and once we get there, that we can get by the first round and just play really well. But, let's just not, I'm just going to say this, let's just take it one game at a time. We'll see what happens. O'Reilly obviously Stanley Cup champion with the Blues, and, Acciari has some deep playoff experience as well. Boston went to the final. He actually lost to O'Reilly and the Blues as well, which is actually pretty ironic there. But, yeah. It's good to pick up 2 guys like that with some playoff experience, and we're going to need that. We obviously need defensemen too, but you know what? That was a good move by the Leafs, honestly. I would say, for what they gave up, I mean, obviously it's risky with the first-round picks and, a couple Marleys, Abramov, and Goddad. But you know what? Honestly, I think it might be worth it in the end for Dubas. And, yeah, I mean, definitely Dubas is definitely putting his job on the line this year. That's for sure. But, let's just hope that maybe they can help us in the postseason. I think it's a great move by the organization. Let's just hope that this works out in the end for Leafs. But anyways, guys, that's where we're going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I want you guys to leave a like on this video, subscribe channel for new, hit notifications, leave your comments down below if you guys have any thoughts on this game I went to. If you guys were at the game, any other thoughts or feelings you guys have in general on this post-game reaction video or the game itself, you guys were there. Any other thoughts or feelings you guys have in general on this video, feel free to leave comments section below. I'd like to hear you guys out there. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to do it, guys. And yeah, have a great day, guys. And I will see you guys on the next video, whenever that ends up being. It will probably be either something from the Marlies vlog. It might be the Hall of Fame video, because I'm actually making that a separate vlog if you guys didn't know. And yeah, so whatever video it is, I will post it eventually. Yeah, it's either going to be something from the Marlies or something else. Just expect more content from me. Turn on notifications. Always stay notified. And you guys stay tuned for more videos on my channel coming up in the near future. So yeah, guys, so stay tuned for new videos coming up. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it, guys. So yeah, have a great day, guys. And I will see you guys next time. So, go Leafs, go! Let's just hope we play really well for the rest of the season. You know, let's hope that O'Reilly and Achari do well. And just hoping everyone else on the team can contribute. And just hoping that, you know, for a great rest of the season. And hoping once playoff time comes, we get by the first round. Maybe if we can even get a chance at a Stanley Cup this year, that'd be great. But let's just start with round one. Not going to get too confident. Let's just start with round one. And then if we do it, let's just see what round two brings. And then, yeah, and we'll just keep going. You know, round two, round three. Let's just hope maybe we can get to all those rounds, get to the final, maybe even hoist the Stanley Cup this year. It would be amazing. Yeah, just hoping Leafs play some great hockey down the stretch, you know, play great defense, great offense. Just hope everything goes well for the rest of the season, guys. And yeah, you know, I'll let you guys know about more games I go to in the future as well if I end up going to more for any hockey team or any sporting event in general, if I do go to any others. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to do it, guys. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you guys next time. So, go Leafs, go! And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out!